it till you make it culture has social media in a chokehold.
There's no stopping me now. I know my 𝗩𝗂 sit down. Money's all over me. I'm called to be rich and be free.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Ebony Evaughn. Today we have got to have a conversation about social media fake it till you make it culture. Like, it is getting out of hand and we have to talk about it. Now, don't get me wrong, okay? I know that entrepreneurship is all about taking risks. It is about projecting confidence and just putting one heel in front of the other while you are striving for success. I get it. But the problem is, there are too many people out here who are faking it till you make it, and they're taking it to a whole new level where they're misrepresenting their skills, they're misrepresenting their lifestyle, and it has become a huge problem. And I want to really just kind of dissect why it is so problematic. So let's talk about TikTok, okay? So y'all know I am not on TikTok. I am not a social media girly, but I do have a certain level of appreciation for the fact that TikTok does exist and that it came along at the right time, and it kind of really blew up during the middle of 2020 when the panorama was going on. And I feel like that has played a role in just even myself being able to show up more authentically with my audience, and it kind of diminished the whole Instagram hustle culture, glow up, flex culture that so many people had got accustomed to seeing, right? So here's what I mean. Before TikTok, when you went on Instagram, if you go back to 2018, 2019, early 2020 Instagram, right? It was all about having an Instagram feed that was really curated. Your Instagram feed the aesthetic had to be aesthetic in. You had to have just like the pictures that were lifestyle photos, good lighting. You were looking cute and dainty. And everything was about your lifestyle, eating at fancy restaurants, driving fancy cars, taking luxury, lavish trips, right? That is pretty much what you saw on Instagram day in and day out as you scroll through your feed. And then the world shut down. TikTok came along where you literally just had people dancing in their living room, right, with a bonnet on, with a short and t-shirts, and it was just people being themselves without thinking about how is this going to look on camera. Oh, I need to change my background. I need to do my makeup and do my hair before I make this video. TikTok came along at a time where people were just like, listen, I'm just having fun. I'm going to turn this camera on, make this video with my friends, do this dance challenge with my friends, my family, my kids, whatever it was. And so you really had people kind of removing those masks and those filters, no pun intended, that we had got used to seeing on Instagram. And so that's why when you started to see a lot of entrepreneurs transition from their content from posting on Instagram to going over to TikTok, they didn't get the same results because they were trying to push the glow up culture and the hustle culture on TikTok, and people was like, yeah, I ain't about that life. I'm just trying to make this dance video in my bonnet. So I feel like TikTok in the timing of the pandemic really kind of shifted how we showed up on social media. But now that the pandemic is kind of waning away, we're going back to normal life, or as normal as possible. Since then, I'm starting to see more people post more hustle culture content again, and it's really irritating because a lot of entrepreneurs use this fake it till you make it to manipulate people into buying their products and services. And the reason why I think this is so problematic is because you have people who use this fake it till you make it culture to misrepresent their lifestyle, to finesse you into buying products and services for them. And probably the best example that I can think about when it comes to fake it till you make it is a while back I saw this video by Pocket Watching with JT, and in this video he talked about how there's a entrepreneur who basically has a course or a program that teaches people about how you can trade and travel at the same time. And so she was in this big house in, I believe it was Puerto Rico or somewhere. I'll insert a clip.
Hey, Pocket Watchers, do you have the #1 selling course on Teachable.com? Are you looking for a way to inspire people by showing them a luxury lifestyle that they could have if they just bought your course? Well, maybe, just maybe, showing off your $40 million mansion in Puerto Rico, it just might help. But if that's the case, people finding out that it's actually a rental might not be a good thing. What home?
Hi, my name is 𝗨𝗗𝗓迄'𝗁𝗻, and welcome to my home. Come on inside. This house has 5 bedrooms. There are 4 guest suites, each having their own bedroom and then also bathroom. And then there's one huge master suite that I can't wait to show you. So this is one of the guest bedrooms. They're so cute. They have like the bed with this really nice wood there. This room also gets a beautiful view of outside, and you can just walk out straight onto the patio. Rest, relax, kick your feet up, and just look out at the beautiful lawn. Make sure that I check myself out, get my hair laid down. All right, you're looking cute, girl.
Okay, so listen. That home is absolutely amazing. Super impressive. If I saw that home and I thought for one moment that I would be able to purchase something like that based on the information that I would be able to find and learn in her course, I'm sold. Sign me up. I'm buying the trade and travel course. But I couldn't leave it like that. I said to myself, let's see if I can actually find this home. After correctly identifying, allegedly, what I believe is the home that she gave us a tour of, I was able to go back and find the actual owners of the property. And according to the records for Puerto Rico, the actual owners of the property is this LLC right here. Now, and if you take a look, you'll see that this LLC has actually owned this property since September the 2nd, 2014, and it is still the owner of this property. But then I went even further and took a look and see, okay, let's see if I can search for this address and see what else pops up. And apparently what else pops up is that this property is actually featured on the Marriott.com's website, which is a national world-known brand for hotels. This property is actually for rent on Marriott.com. When I contacted Marriott.com, they told me that the going rate for this residence is somewhere around $30,000 a night. But I also found some discount websites where you could probably rent out this property for around $26,000 for the week. Listen, I know what some of her supporters are probably saying right now. Who cares if she actually owns that home or not? It doesn't make a difference if she owns the home. I'm just being nosy. Well, honestly, I think it does matter if she owns this home or not, because Terry was actually using this home as a marketing tool for her course, right? And let me show you the proof. Let me pull this up real quick and I can show you Instagram posts where she was using the purchase of this home or the claim that she bought this home as a marketing tool for her course. So if you can read, it says, sending some inspiration your way. I've been trading to pay for my dream home. So far, so good. Every 100,000 covers a month's payment. To learn more info on how to get started trading, join me live tomorrow, April the 15th. So she was using, and there's other posts and other pictures, she was using the alleged purchase of this $40 million home in Puerto Rico as an example of the type of success that you too may be able to find if you buy her course.
And basically, she's like showing her lavish house in Puerto Rico and talking about how she was able to buy this house with the money that she made from her business doing trading or whatever. And come to find out that she actually did not buy this house. She rented it for like a week or so or month so that she could go down there and shoot this content. But she's making posts on social media saying, hey, I was able to buy this house with the money that I made from trading. And because she's telling you that statement, then it in turn will tell you that, hey, if I trade, then I could be able to afford a house like this too, right? So you're now enrolling into her programs based under false pretenses. Is it false pretenses? Pretenses. False pretenses. Anyways, so you're enrolling into her trade and travel program because you are now thinking, if I start trading, I'm going to be able to generate this type of revenue and money for my life, and I can buy me a house in Puerto Rico too. And the thing is, she didn't even buy this house. So that is why I say that fake it till you make it culture is very problematic and damaging to the community, because you have so many people who invest, especially when it comes to online courses and online coaching programs, where the main selling tactic and the main selling point is the fact that, hey, I built $1 million business in 6 months. Hey, I was able to get to 10K months after 30 days in my business. And most of the time, those statistics are misrepresented. They will tell you that they made 10K in 30 days, but how many 30 days before that 30 days did it take them to get to that level, right? Very rarely do you have someone who will start a business and then in the first month they are making astronomical profits, because regardless of what business venture you start, you still have to build your audience. You still have to have people to sell to, right? You have to build up your reputation. You have to build up your credibility. You have to build up your clientele, and that always takes process. So unless you already have a built-in network, most likely it is going to take you time to get your business up and running and to make it profitable. Okay, so most of the time when you see those make $1 million in 6 months, listen, they are probably making $1 million in 6 months off of the fact that you want to make $1 million in 6 months. Okay, so another way that a lot of entrepreneurs use fake it till you make it culture to misrepresent themselves is they will over embellish their qualifications to actually do the things that they're doing. And probably the biggest example of this that I see all the time is when it comes to like social media managers, graphic designers, and business coaches, right? Like there is an abundance of online business coaches out here who literally have never had a business before. Their first business is teaching you how to start a business. And to me, that is just a recipe for disaster, right? Like, how are you going to teach me how to do something that you have never done yourself? And so because people have kind of that mindset, one thing that I notice is there are a lot of particularly online business coaches who misrepresent their skills and they lie about their accomplishments. So, for example, I'm in this Facebook group where literally everyone in the Facebook group is like having 40K months. And I know that this isn't the case, right? And that's because if you look at statistics will tell you the true story. Numbers don't lie, okay? So when you look at US-based businesses, I don't know about other places, Canada, Europe, or whatever. When you look at the business statistics for women-owned businesses in the United States, only about 6% of women-owned businesses actually make over 100K every single year on an annual basis, okay? And only 2% of women-owned businesses in the United States make over 7 figures, make over $1 million per year. The average and majority of women-owned businesses make less than $28,000 per year. Now, just knowing those statistics, yes, that sounds very realistic and that makes way more sense to me. And knowing that when I'm in these Facebook communities, when I'm on social media and I see every other coach is saying that they're making $30,000 or $40,000 a month, I know that that is not true, just because what everyone is saying online does not match the US reported statistics that are available for anyone to go look up. And I say all that to say that when you're seeing all of these messages of how successful people are online, they're talking about how they live this lavish lifestyle. They're talking about how they're making all this money and their business is so great and awesome. Their life is so great and awesome. A lot of time people are just faking it till they make it. And so even in a Facebook group, I know someone someone made a post talking about what are your thoughts on fake it till you make it culture. And a lot of the comments were people saying, hey, you got to believe it to achieve it. You have to start with confidence. You have to see yourself there before you get there. And listen, I get it. I do think that you have to believe that something is possible in order to achieve those results, or even know that something is possible for you. But that's a very distinct difference than you actually misrepresenting your skill set or your lifestyle so that you can finesse people into buying products and services from you. If you have to lie to get your clients and customers, then you don't need them, okay? If God meant something for you, then it is going to be for you, and you do not have to lie, cheat, and steal in order to get it, okay? Now, the only other thing that I want to mention is when it comes to fake it till you make it culture, if you are the type of person who is participating in this, listen, you are going to burn yourself out, okay? You are going to be stressed out and burnt out, because it is exhausting to try to show up every day as something that you are not. And I don't think a lot of people realize this, and you do see a lot of people get called out when they appear to be one way online, but then when people meet them in the real world, they're completely different, right? And I know sometimes you may think that like, oh, I have to have the best camera, I have to have the best lighting, I have to drive this car or live in this house in order to attract clients. But at the end of the day, the clients that are meant for you are meant for you. And I guarantee they're not looking at what you're wearing, what type of bag you have, what type of car you're driving in order to make a decision whether or not they want to work with you or if they want to buy your products and services. And if they are, then that's not the type of client that you want to have anyways. And I know you probably hear people say this all the time, but showing up as your most authentic self, your best self, is going to be the best marketing strategy, the best business strategy that you can ever implement in your business. You don't have to try to be like anyone else. You don't have to lie and overinflate your skills. You don't have to misrepresent your lifestyle to get clients. Just be yourself, invite people along your journey, and just provide a good product or service, good customer service, and be true to what you do and what you offer, and that will always attract the right people to you, okay? But I just wanted to say thanks so much for stopping by my internet home. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on those notifications so you'll be the first one to get notified anytime I upload another video like this. All right, bye y'all.